Hey guys, Joey with Salty Flag TV. Got something new for you here. Going to put Super Slick 2000 on the bottom of the ski, and got it in the garage. I'm going to show you how we are able to do the entire bottom of the jet ski while it's on the trailer. I'll show you how we did that. Stay tuned. All right, getting ready to do this ski. We're going to put the Super Slick 2000 on the bottom of it, and you know, the videos that you can look up online, they've got this hoist that kind of holds the jet ski up in the air, and I don't have one of those. There was some places around you can rent them for 50 bucks a week, but here's what I did. I have these racks built in the garage, and they're pretty sturdy, so I used some straps to strap it up. By the way, when I did that, I took care of any problems with my bunks. They were pretty good, but a couple loose screws. And I jacked it up. And I took the bunks off. So now I can get the entire bottom of my jet ski sanded and painted. You see I got some wear and tear on the bottom here. It needs the Super Slick to fix it. But I'll be able to get the entire bottom of this, because here's kind of the line you want to follow. This one right here. All the way back in the whole bottom. So I just kept this blocked up here so it would pivot on it, and strapped it up in the back. Now I can get to the whole ski. So I'll start the process of doing the Super Slick in a day or so. I've got to get the sanding done. I'll show you a little bit of videos on that, the sander I use and so forth, and we'll get to it. Hey, just one quick thing about the setup here. Whenever you're getting ready to strap this up, if you have a way to do this, those are 1,000 pounds each straps, 3,000 pound breaking point. There is an element of danger here when doing this that you have to consider, and you need to be really, really careful. If you don't feel that it's safe, then I wouldn't do it. You can put something underneath the back here in case it were to slip down. It's not going to fall all the way to the ground, but in case it were to slip down, to keep it from falling on you. But there is an element of danger here that you need to recognize. All right, let's take a look here. So we got this taped off. You can see the line that we're taking down the sides. We're gonna get the whole underside of this ski. And if you just tape this off with some masking tape, just regular masking tape, come all the way around, you can see it here. Let me get my light. See, taped around it. So now once you tape that line around, all you got to do is start sanding. I'm using the Cobalt brushless 24. This is a 5-inch 80 grit. Okay, you got to have 80 grit, and you can see already started underneath here. Started to sand this down, and you don't have to sand, you know, with the 80 grit. You just want to get that scuffed up really good. You're not sanding, you know, down to the inside of the ski, but just get that scuffed up, and then once it gets all scuffed up, you wipe it down with acetone, and you're ready to start applying. So I am going to keep on sanding, and we'll update you when I get it all done, before we start applying the Super Slick. Hey, let's talk about everything you're going to need to install the Super Slick 2000. So here's the Super Slick 2000 with, this is the black pigment. You can get all kinds of different colors. This is the 1 quart size, which is plenty for the bottom of a jet ski. I've got some of these little plastic trays here to mix them in. A respirator when you're doing the heavy sanding. This is a 3M N95 mask, does a great job for the light sanding.
And I spoke with the Fasco guys, and they recommend like a regular nap roller like this right here. But they said sometimes, you can use these spongy ones in certain places that might work better. Some acetone, these measuring cups here so you can get the exact measurements. I got 4 of them just so I could mix it differently each time, because I'm going to do 4 coats of 8 ounces, which equals 32 ounces. I use Cobalt tools, as you can see, and 24 volt. This little deal here was on clearance the other day. I already used my electric one, but it was on clearance, so I got it. Great little tool, 24 volt orbital sander. And that's pretty much it. I mean, that's pretty much it to put everything on the ski. All right, so looking at the ski, I've done the entire bottom of the ski. I've got it ratcheted up, entire bottom, pivots on the front here. And I'm probably gonna raise it up just a little bit more before I start painting it. So take a look. When you look under here, you'll see how it's been sanded, whole thing, all the way down. And you can roll the entire bottom of this with the rollers that we're going to use. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Even here, I can get the roller underneath there. Now I'm going to raise it up a little bit more to help me out, but this is completely sanded so we can apply the Super Slick 2000. All right, first coat of Super Slick 2000. Let's take a look. Wow. And I'm telling you, I did the entire bottom of this ski with a light coat with 8 ounces of product. So 4 part 1 and 4 ounces of part 2. You can see it covered it. Did a great job. So I'm trying to set this up where you can see, but I got these measuring cups here, and I'm going to make a little bit of a change. So I did 4 ounces of each part to make 8. That's what I put in there, and I covered the entire bottom of the ski. But it was a pretty light coat, but it's thicker than you think, actually. So instead of doing 3 more coats of that, I'm going to do 2 more coats. So I'm going to go to 6 ounces each. So it'll be 12 ounce. I can go a little bit thicker on the next 2 coats, and I think that'll give me the desired texture and coating that I'm looking for. So I was originally going to do 4 coats of 8 ounces. Now I'm going to do, I did the first coat of 8, then I'm going to go 12 and 12. That'll equal the entire quart. So that's what I'm going to start on next. I got to let this dry for at least an hour. I think it's 1 to 2 hours depending on humidity. I'm inside the garage here, so got the fans going. Should be good to go in an hour or 2. I just got to be able to touch it and not, pull off. So we'll see what happens when we go to coat number 2. Stay tuned. Right, if you read the instructions here, you'll see that the gel time is thin coats 3 to 4 hours, thick coats 1 to 2. That's with temperatures from 72 to 80 degrees. Well, 82 degrees, 62% humidity, which is normal for Florida this time of year. It has been sitting for 2.5 hours, and it's still tacky. So I'm going to give it another 30 minutes, go to that 3-hour mark, and then we'll see if it's gelled up enough. All right, we have the second coat of Super Slick 50 on, and this stuff, it just really goes on really easily. I was reading the directions, waiting for this to start to, get where I could apply the second coat. And you need to apply the second and third coats when it's still a little bit sticky. So if it cures all the way, which takes a day or whatever, then you have to sand it. So you just want to make sure that it's, it won't come off whenever you touch it, like smear off, but it's tacky, then you can put your coats on there. Okay, I'm gonna get ready to do the last coat, and the instructions say that it needs to be a little tacky, which it is, just a little bit tacky. And you see it leave my footprints, my fingerprints I mean. So I'm getting ready to do the final coat. Here we go. Okay, the third and final coat has been applied, and I'm gonna try to get some little bit of light underneath here. You can see it is looking good. Man, I can't wait to get out in a week or so and really try it out. But it looks really, really good. All right, finished up the Super Slick 2000 on the ski. That's a 2006 Yamaha. Got low hours. I use it for fishing, riding rivers, doing whatever. But I will say that it was totally worth it for me to do the Super Slick 2000 myself, because that's the kind of stuff I like to do. But you know, you're crawling around on the ground. You need to, you know, like I said, strap it up like that. It's not a hard job, but it is a little bit labor intensive. And you know, if you live in Florida, near Holiday, Florida, there's a guy, and there's people everywhere that put this stuff on for $500 or $600. Unless you're, you know, just want to do it yourself, and you know, like me, you're mechanically inclined and you just, you know, enjoy doing this stuff, I'd probably spend the $500 or $600 and have somebody do it, you know, because it's a lot of work. The sanding, you know, the prep work, having it strapped up, and then the 3 coats, you know, making sure you mix it right. You're put the timer on it to wait 2.5 hours for it to get tacky so you can put the next coat on. You know, I enjoy this kind of stuff. If you're just looking to have it done, it's a little bit of work, but and there's people that do it. You might want to consider that. But if you're like me, you can buy the kit online for, I think, about $75. So by the time I bought the brush, not the brush, but the rollers and stuff like that, I had $100 in it. So you can save $400, $500, $600 if you do it yourself. But there is some work involved. But I hope this helps you. And if you want to do it yourself, this gave you some tips. And I'm gonna make another video on the performance piece in a couple of weeks. So until then, thanks for watching Salty Flag TV.